Hey, what's good, y'all? Fusion here, back in another video. And today I'm going to go ahead and actually talk about um, just the conference finals as well as what has been going on with the semi-conference finals as well. I just actually dropped a video earlier today, just talking about who I thought was going to win in on both of the game sevens. Turns out I was wrong. The Suns just sold, and Giannis really couldn't get much going, so it's Boston and the Suns. And the Mavs did advance. Um, and tomorrow I am going to do a just a brief overview on what I think that the first round as well as like the semi-conference finals did show us and showed what this team need to improve. But first, I just want to talk about who I think is going to win at the conference finals. And I'm going to start in the West. I I personally think that the Warriors are just going to win in five. I don't think. Well, so here's the thing. I thought that the Mavs weren't even going to beat the Suns. I thought that the Suns were just going to kill them. But I don't know what happened, but they just trolled, and now the Mavs are in like the semi-conference finals. But I just don't see them getting past this Warriors team. It, I see that the Warriors going to the finals and honestly winning it all. Um, and that actually gets me to the East. Now I think that this is going to be a really, really good series, and I'll tell you why. Um, so Miami, they built their team pretty much to play both sides quite well, offense and defensively. So they have a lot of great two-way players. Jimmy Butler, he is like what you want from a basketball star, someone who can play both sides great. Same thing with Bam. He plays both sides as well. Um, Not so much with Tyler Hero. He's more of a scorer. But there's just a lot of defensive and offensive presence coming from this team. And I think that this is going to be a test for Boston. I think that Boston has been playing great. As a Lakers fan, I don't want to see them win, but as a basketball fan, I like how they're playing. I think that Jason Tatum is making a name and stating his claim and like, look, I am who you should be talking about. He actually beat two teams that could have been in like the finals. He beat the defending champs with Milwaukee, a team that was supposed to be way way better, the Nets, but because of other circumstances with the Nets, it was Boston is just like the better team than those two teams. Now, some some people could say that well, Milwaukee didn't have Chris Middleton. I'm gonna talk about that later. Definitely like tomorrow. That's gonna be coming out. But I just think I think that this Eastern Conference Final is going to be the most competitive game coming out of the East. Um, a lot of them were pretty much one-sided. 4-1, 4-2, 4-2. Um, like besides like the Milwaukee and the Boston game, all of them where I felt like we knew what was going to happen, except for the Boston and the Nets. That's a outlier. But other than that, I felt like that we someone knew what was going to happen, um, and we knew that Miami is a legit team, and it showed by beating the Hawks, which I personally don't think is a well-made team at all. I personally think that the Hawks are way overrated. Um, but they beat the 76ers team, which is a quality East team. Um, but I'm seeing that Miami is going to take this in 6 games. I just think that defensively, their presence is just too good. It's just too strong, and it's going to have to make make those other players play better. Um, but we saw the potential with the in like the Boston and the Milwaukee series. You saw you saw like what Shaq says. Those others show up and they showed out. So who knows, man? But I still got Miami in 6 games. So I have, just to recap, Warriors in 5 games, Miami in 6, and I have like the Warriors just taking it all now. Pause, of course. I just think that they're, and I think that this is going to be a really good final series, and it's going to make Steph Curry's Steph Curry's like legacy just change and just have people see that he has been getting a lot of shit. But if he wins this finals, he and gets a finals MVP, I think that's going to change a lot for him. Um, Klay Thompson, he has been counted out as well, but he performed and he is still performing well. Draymond, you know, um, and I think we're also going to look at Wiggins different because he's constantly scoring his 17 points a game. He's doing his part, and I think that this Warriors team is so well rounded, as well as Jordan Poole, and I think it's just going to shake up this league once this team gets back GP2. Once it gets back, what's his name? Not Kaminga, Wiseman. And I just think that this team is just going to get better from where it already is. And this team was organically built, so I just think that that's just a great team and what you want to see. And I've been saying this since the beginning of this year. Warriors basketball is something that, even if you don't like the Warriors, this is perfect basketball. Perfect as far as ball movement, defense, offense. It's just something that you love to watch. Same thing with Miami. You just enjoy watching them. Now it may be a slower pace, but because they're playing basketball as it should be. So I would love to see this Warriors and the Miami team because again, I just think that this is basketball heaven for a lot of those like technical people who just love watching. That's pretty much all that I got, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you guys think. Who you have winning and all that cool stuff. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.